Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh, this is so exciting. Hi.
Hi.
Hold on. Let me put up my special little code here. Um,
Okay.
oh dear, it disappears very quickly. Allie, this is my first time live.
I know.
Okay.
How do you feel? It's so exciting
Nervous.
to see you.
You too. Hi. I even did my hair. I got my makeup
I mean,
on.
you look fab.
Thank you. Um,
I didn't really do my hair, so you're welcome.
I see that. I got a filter on too. Look at my filter. That looks very
How do you
nice.
do that?
Well, it's just, when you're hosting the Instagram live, you get these special benefits.
Oh.
Oh, are you having a dance party over there? Um, okay, so look at all these people coming. Hi
I
everyone.
know. This is so exciting.
Okay, so let me just get some logistic things out of the way
Okay.
because I just also wanted to tell everyone that this is sponsored by HBO Max, which I'm so excited to partner with because also if you hear dubstep in the background, my neighbor decided to dubstep at 5 p.m. So she's a DJ, so she plays anyway. Anyway, so hopefully she'll
No
stop.
worries. We'll get some
But
background music. It'll be
yeah,
fun.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is a partnership with HBO Max, and they're doing a series called Streamcation, which is why I wanted you to come on. And you and I both know that we are in the throes of a pandemic, and that it's really important for everyone to stay home and to
Mhm.
wear a mask and all of these things. And you and I both obviously encourage everyone to do so. So while we're staying
Yeah.
home, Streamcation and a staycation, HBO
Mhm.
Max is giving everyone a free 14-day trial to the streaming service. And there's wonderful films on there. They range, obviously, it's HBO. I mean, they literally have everything on there that's amazing.
I mean, we
Um,
watch so many shows on HBO, and I feel like this
yeah,
is such a great opportunity for people to like test it out.
yeah,
It's like incredible they're doing that.
I know it's good. So the code here is pinned at the bottom. It's Kyle. It's code Kyle806. No space, but I put a space. I guess should I change that? I don't know. Anyway, so the link is on my profile if you guys want to go over there and check it out. We'll be talking about it throughout the live. So Allie, I wanted Allie to come on to this Instagram live with me. First of all, because I've never been live before, and I wanted someone to help me get through it because it's so nerve wracking. Oh, look at all
Yeah,
these.
it's hard. Like, Heo and I did it a few times, and obviously we went on with Pino and Sue with Ash, and it was like, yeah, it is actually. I mean, it's super fun to just talk and chat and catch up, but it's also like difficult to kind of keep like, people interested in the conversation,
Oh,
engaging,
they're going to
and
be interested, all right, because we're going to be talking about
well,
your wedding.
yeah, but I'm just saying,
We're going to be talking about your wedding and also Bridesmaids, which is like everyone's. Well, I mean, I won't say everyone, but one of my most favorite films
yeah,
ever for so many reasons. Anyway, so we're going to kind of like talk about your wedding and Bridesmaids, which was this year, your wedding in January, right
yes.
before the pandemic hit the United States. I mean, can you
I
imagine
mean,
if you would have had your, like everything? I
we
mean,
wouldn't
there's
have
so many
had it.
people. I know.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had
So many
it.
people had to reschedule their weddings, or, I mean, it's so unfortunate.
Hmm.
Um, anyway, so,
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, I made some notes to make
Okay.
sure we can sort of talk about your things. Oh, just a side note, I want to make sure everyone knows um, about the HBO Max Streamcation and about the link that's in my bio for the free trial. It's for people that are 18 plus. It's only redeemable in the United States. Okay, and then this link is going to be active for. I want to make sure I get this right. Um, The link is supposedly active from 48 hours. So you have just basically sign up quick. And also it's going to be $14.99 HBO Max per month after that. Anyway, okay, so I want to talk about your wedding. So what is it like,
Okay.
what do you think, what is it like now being married for 6 months? Has it been six? Yeah,
Well,
it's been over 6 months.
yeah, over 6 months. It's been amazing, but obviously we're all kind of going through the same thing with this pandemic. So that was, something that kind of came so sudden. And we've obviously put the honeymoon on the back burner and have been more concerned about just our, our health and everyone else's health. And so I think 2020 obviously started out to be really, tough for us. And so
Yeah.
after the wedding, it's been obviously new for everyone. So it's been really difficult, but it's also been nice to stay home and hang out together and really kind of, I don't know, be home together and enjoy that time that we don't really get to spend because we're traveling all the time. And as I don't see you very often. So luckily Ash and I, like, we work together. So traveling all the time, it just makes it difficult to really enjoy yourself at home and really cherish those moments at home. And it might never happen again. So we've been trying to
So you're trying to make
just
the
enjoy
best of
that.
the situation, right?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's harder to be at home in a relationship because not harder, but it was extremely challenging for me because I am one person who likes my alone time. I don't want to like
Same.
hang out with someone all the time. I need to recharge on
Mhm.
my own and not kind of worry about it. It just feels overwhelming to me all the time
Yeah.
to have someone around all the time, even though like I may love them. I'm sort of like I just need to be by myself. So I
Yeah.
could say pandemic and having to stay home, films sort of like movies and films and like on HBO Max sort of helped me a lot because it's a way that I can sit down and just be by myself and like go
Mhm.
into like another world and not have to worry about communicating or what, you know?
Mhm.
Anyway, well, good.
Recharging, and that's healthy.
I'm glad to hear everything's been good. I feel like it's probably really challenging. I wonder,
I mean,
is anybody in
yeah.
the comments, does anyone in the comments have anything to say about what it's like to be, or a question about what it's like to be at home all the time,
But I
with your
agree with you,
partner?
Kyle. It is hard because I don't know, you're unable to really do those day-to-day things that you can't just like run out and do whatever you want to do. You really have to like take precautions and operate as if we're positive, like we spoke about a while ago. And so everything you have to think twice about now, like every action. And it's just probably been so hard for people.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, not to mention 160,000 people are dead because
Yeah.
failed. But I will keep my
That's
political
a whole nother Insta live.
opinions to myself. That's another Instagram live. I don't want to tie HBO into those poor people.
Yeah, that's gonna
But
be
anyway,
like
okay.
2 hours.
So I want to talk about, because I watched in preparation for this, I watched Bridesmaids again. Because okay, one of my favorite things about Bridesmaids, which I feel like is very specific to me and a small group of people,
Yeah.
is that there is a few sober references in Bridesmaids. And Annie's mom in the film, she's not sober, but she goes to 12-step meetings. And
Right.
it's interesting to me because, what I said about at your wedding during my speech at the wedding, I really for so long didn't necessarily feel like I was that I was going to make it to your wedding. Like I thought before I got sober, I literally thought that I would be dead because
Mm.
I just didn't necessarily think about. I just thought I would be using drugs and abusing alcohol, and eventually I would probably die before I was 30. And I didn't think either one of us were going to get married before then. And
Yeah.
um, anyway, so one thing that was actually very refreshing about Bridesmaids, and in addition to all the other funny things about it,
Yeah.
um, besides all the laughs, it's kind of nice to like see a movie reference 12-step programs in a positive way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when I watched that this week, I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And I think like, talking about your speech, that was obviously one of my favorite moments of the wedding
Oh
and
yeah, so wait,
how
let's ask you this: what are like your top 5 favorite parts of the wedding
um
besides
okay,
my
I think
speech?
I know your speech was amazing, and I cried and it was like laughed, and I mean it was incredible, and everyone else did too. It was such a joy, and I'll never forget it. I'm so glad we got it on film
Oh,
so I can
thanks.
rewatch it all the time. But I think my first look with Ash was one of my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
moments, because everyone who was like super, super close with us and in our immediate families saw that moment. So that was really incredible, I think, to experience live, and then having you there
yeah.
and like, everyone part of the bridal party. And then walking up the stairs to the ceremony and seeing all of my favorite people in the world there to support us in that
Yeah.
moment. It was such a moment of like love and celebration. And that was really like that moment took my breath away because of just everyone was there for us,
Yeah.
because they support us and they, understand that love is love, and they just wanted to be there in that moment to celebrate Ash and I. And like, it just was really nice to see all of them there.
Yeah.
And then when Sid, forgot to tell everyone to sit down.
It
Luckily it
actually,
only lasted like 20
yeah,
minutes, but
that I was gonna say that actually those little unique things about your wedding I thought were so great. Like I guess I didn't even notice because I mean everything that you said, yes. Like when you walked up this like the first look that like I
I
had to
know.
step away because I
Mhm.
was honestly so emotional and I didn't necessarily think that I was so worked up with like the whole day that I didn't
Yeah.
necessarily think that I was going to be that emotional, but I was. And
Hmm.
um it's such a contrast to watching Bridesmaids too because the lead up to their wedding is insane.
I mean,
I just think like Lillian is pooping in the street in her dress. Do you know like
that was one of my favorite moments of the movie, and also the plane, the
yeah,
plane
I mean
scene.
like the lead up
But
is
yeah,
so different than your wedding, right? Like the contrast is amazing. Like the contrast that we had at your wedding to the film was just that it was so peaceful and so
yeah,
loving, so kind, and I felt like emotional. And at no moment in the wedding did I think the only thing that I was worried about was that it was going to pour down rain and the wedding was outside.
right. Well, remember
Other
that
than that,
morning? We were like, it was
yeah,
like
in my
pouring
YouTube
so
video,
hard. Yeah.
yeah, in the YouTube video, it catches us in the pouring rain running to get coffee.
Yeah. And then like, I don't know, throughout the day we were getting ready, what, at like 11 or something, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
my God, I don't know if this is gonna go away. This is gonna go away. And then all of a sudden the clouds like disappear, the sun comes out, and in that moment, like, it just was perfect, and
yeah, it was great.
everyone was able to be in that moment, in that ceremony area where we, the circular ceremony area, which was like so beautiful. So I was so happy about that.
Yeah. Oh, so would you rather, let's play a little game. Would you rather poop in your wedding dress or have someone interrupt your vows and say, like, I don't agree with this?
I don't know if in that dress I would have wanted to poop, because it probably would have went up my back because it was so tight.
No!
So I think, I mean, I would never want anybody to like interrupt and not be there who doesn't care for us and support us in that way. And like, that would be really
What
hard
if they did? What if they were like, I don't agree with this?
well, it'd probably be you know who. And he was, he was fine. Ended up throwing the game later. So,
Oh my God.
um, I don't know, Carl. My dress was too tight for shit to be going
Okay,
up.
so you would have rather
Yeah.
someone interrupted your wedding. But you're right. That's probably the best choice because I feel like we would have shut it down. But pooping in your wedding dress in the middle of the
I didn't
street.
have, I mean, I had the second dress for the rehearsal, but it was like, it wasn't, that would have been so embarrassing.
We probably shouldn't talk about poop during this that much, but it
Yeah,
is one of the most iconic scenes of the film.
it's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, it's so good. Anyway, okay, so I'm so in my notes. Okay, so
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about. I guess I just wanted to touch base on.
But I don't know. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to bring this up that
I
something,
don't mean to interrupt you, but I will.
but, well, because I don't want to switch topics, because I think like the thing about Bridesmaids is
Yeah,
that all of those women who were a part of her bridal party, like, were kind of fighting to try and be like the best, um, I don't know, the maid of honor, or I don't know,
yeah,
the best bridesmaid. And so they were all kind of like fighting for that position. And I feel like at our wedding, or it was just like everybody was just like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You were running around, Liz was running around. Other people were kind of just like designating jobs. Pino was
yeah.
like fanning me because I was
I
sweating
went
so
to
bad.
get
Like every,
at
yeah,
the CBS, and I went
I
to get
know.
tampons, and I said. I went to and I had to ask someone in the hallway, another woman, and be like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't. Do you know which ones are like the heavy ones? I don't know."
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't even know what, but I was just
Yeah. But that just, I don't know, like those women like led to that one scene where it was at the, I think the bridal shower or I don't know, the engagement party where she like punches the cookie cake and
yeah,
she
but
throws it into the chocolate fountain and she's
yeah.
trying to like ruin the whole thing. And we didn't really have any of
And she goes, "A lesbian," with
that.
Paris, which I thought about during your wedding a few times. Like I wanted to be like a lesbian.
Could you
But
imagine?
no, yes, I mean that would have been amazing. I hope they got it on tape. So who in your wedding do you think would have punched any of your bridesmaids? Who would have punched? Who would have been that girl? Who would have played Annie?
Well, whoever would have tried to disrupt the wedding, Sid would have probably ran over and like slide tackled them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who do you think I would out of the characters in Bridesmaids? Who do you think what character would I have been?
Well, you would have probably been Megan because she was the one who stole the 9 dogs. So
I love that.
So
And
I
then she
think,
has
remember in the car, she's like
what'd you
driving
say?
away. Remember in the car, she's like driving away with the 9 dogs,
Yeah,
and she's just like,
absolutely me. I saw Omar Torres. I see him in there. Omar says I would have been Bryn, but I disagree, Omar. Omar thinks he would have been Megan, but Allie here says I would have been Megan. So
yeah,
look at all these wonderful people in here with all these comments. Should we take some
yeah.
audience
Let's take some questions or comments.
Okay. Real quick, I guess let me just touch base. All the people that are here that weren't here in the beginning, let me just talk about my code is at the bottom here. It's Kyle806, and the link is in my bio for HBO Max for the free trial for 14 days, and then after that it'll be $14.99. So make sure you go to my link and you can touch base there and hit the link and Kyle806 and all of that. Okay, so let's look at some questions. Does anybody have any questions? Let me see. Oh,
Someone
great.
said, "When am I visiting? When am I visiting LA?" Well, not
Well,
anytime soon,
I guess not, right?
unless I get in my car.
I mean, you're more than welcome. I have more, I have room. But you're right. I feel like maybe it's not the best time to travel, and which
I
is
know.
sort of the point of having HBO Max is to do the little streamcation moment.
Exactly.
Someone asked Grace, God bless Grace. Grace, she comments and likes everything I do, and probably you too. So thank you, Grace. She said, "Are you guys changing your names?"
Eventually,
Oh
but
yeah,
as
it's
of
gonna be hyphenated.
most likely,
Okay, Krieger Harris. Oh, you're not
right.
committing to that, but you're saying most likely. This is
Yeah, but I need to be
Instagram
coming first.
exclusive.
I'll probably come first. So
Okay. Let's see. How do you feel being the face for gay marriage, and what does it mean to you and Ashland? That's a really great question, which I think segues into something I wanted to talk about. That's from SHRO, so I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm losing you on the
yeah,
connection. Are you there?
yeah, I'm here.
Your skin looks great, very grainy. So, uh, no, so how does it, okay, so one thing I want to talk about your wedding that I loved so much
Yeah.
was each table at Allie's wedding was not a number. It was named
hmm
for an LGBTQ hero.
Yeah.
Like I sat at Marsha P. Johnson table, and like the parents' table next to us was
Was it
Billie Jean
Ellen?
King.
Oh yeah, Billie Jean King, Ellen
No,
DeGeneres.
no Ellen.
Oh
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. She's been in the news recently.
yeah, cancel that,
No,
cancel that, cancel
but
that.
yes, Ellen. Obviously, no matter what, she still came out
Right,
on TV
right,
and really paved the way for a lot of people. So we will
right.
definitely acknowledge that. So what I want to say, like, I said in my speech that you guys
Yeah, you did.
are those heroes, I
hmm
think, which I don't think that you know that. And I want to say, I'm really glad, like, I know you're a very private person, right?
hmm
And I know that your dream wedding may have been something smaller,
hmm
but you chose to have a big wedding because I feel like the impact on the queer community. Do you want us to talk about that?
Yeah, I do. So that was the whole purpose of us deciding to do this big wedding and have the videography team there and, have this whole production. Obviously, we are both private. We were just going to maybe even go run to the courthouse and just be like, okay, like, let's make it official. And then we can like have a party and like something with our friends and family, something super small. But then we were like, actually, this is going to change people's lives and this might save people's lives. And the feedback and, the reaction to the wedding and from all over the world, all ages, it was incredible. And we knew in that moment that it was the right choice. So, and for us to just kind of put ourselves out there. And we do live in, as public figures anyway, and we're in the spotlight. And
She's famous, a two-time world champion.
Yeah, playing football, it's like really, you're constantly in that type of light. So it's nice to sometimes have that privacy and kind of have things for yourself. And I really believe that this was life-changing for not only us, but a lot of people in our community. And it was really positive. And I was so grateful that we chose to do that, because not only did we have fun and like our bridal party and our family and friends, like everybody was just like on the dance floor all night. It was such a young crowd. I absolutely loved it. But everybody was there because they were supporting love. And it just was so awesome to see, just our friends from, I don't know, all different parts of our lives come together and all get along and support us. And it was so refreshing.
I'm listening. I'm also looking at my notes. So okay. One of my most favorite people in the whole entire world, Raymond Braun, is here, and he asked a question that I want to acknowledge. He asked, "What would my dream wedding be?"
Yeah.
And I want to also talk about. I want to talk in answer to that question. I want to talk about. Oh God, my hard drive.
I just want you to have a wedding so that I can be in it.
But I am not going to be married, I don't think, because what I said in my speech, I don't want anyone in my house. Can I marry someone and then not live with them?
I know, but when we were younger, I thought the same thing. And when you find the right person, it changes.
I get that. I am lucky to have a very wonderful person now, but I just don't know if I'm ever gonna get. But okay, so is Omar?
What's Omar saying?
For me, I'm gonna text Omar after this. Basically, so if I had a perfect, so my wedding, I feel like ideally would be smaller than yours, because yours was honestly the royal wedding of the past 100 years.
Okay, well, we're not comparing. So.
Okay, we won't compare, but I know, and everybody that's in here knows. 2,000 people are in here. Hi, everyone.
I know.
You guys are amazing.
This is so incredible.
That's so nice.
Look how many people support you. So,
and very nice. Hello, everyone, and thank you, and sign up for HBO Max. Code below. If I had a wedding, it would probably be maybe wooded a little bit. I kind of seen cabins and so on. Maybe my tattoo, kind of fir trees, maybe Oregon. I was just in Oregon recently and it was amazing. And so that sort of vibe, maybe.
I could picture you in that.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Small, just I'm a simple girl, A simple wedding. I don't know. I mean, do weddings work? I mean, does marriage work? I mean, 52% of them don't, succeed. So hopefully, honestly, let's pray for you. Let's hope that it works out.
Okay, but not much should change after you say your vows and get married. I feel like everyone all of a sudden thinks oh, things are going to change so much. It's actually bringing us closer together, because now we're a true team, and our decisions are always together no matter what we're doing. And I feel like that's just having somebody by your side through everything is such a good feeling, to have that support and security that they have your back. And I feel I don't know, it's just, you make the decision together, and that's just refreshing to me. And I feel I don't know, you always have that support, which is comforting.
I
But
get it.
it's hard work. Relationships are hard work. Marriages are hard work. You got to work towards that every day. It's a
Look,
choice.
hold on, I have a surprise for you.
Gus,
Gus is here.
does he miss me?
Yeah, of course.
Has he been asking about me?
Say hi to Auntie. He just
Hi.
woke up from a nap, surprisingly. Um, wait, so okay, well, yeah, no, and real quick, let me jump into a few other questions that I
Yeah,
was thinking
let's
about the
do it.
down. Did you discover who may be the better dancer at the reception?
Crystal Dunn was like taking over the dance floor, obviously.
Um,
Um,
and wait, can you tell the story about you thought someone crashed your wedding?
okay, no, so I was like looking over as I'm like dancing and just like having the best time, and I'm like looking at this other woman who's was like just on the dance floor the whole night. But I kind of like I didn't know like who she was or who she came with. And I was just trying to figure that out for like two songs in a row. And I'm like, who is that woman? Like, I literally have no idea who this is. And I went up to Ash. I'm like, hey, do you know like who this woman is over in the blue dress and this and that? And she's like, no, I've like never seen her before. So I don't know
A
if she
wedding
was like,
crasher?
yeah, she was like a wedding crasher and like someone from like, you know, the team, like the, I don't know, decor team or like the catering team or
No.
I don't know if she was like a family member or just like thought to kind of come in and just stay after work late at
Honestly,
the Skya. So I don't know. We were just kind of skeptical about that one, but I don't know. She was having the best time, so I was like, "Girl, get it."
who was more emotional at the wedding? You or Ash?
Ash,
Oh yeah.
you know me.
That normally in your relationship, is she normally like,
Yes,
well?
yes, which I'm attracted to. She's like super in tune with like her emotions and wears her heart on her sleeve.
Look at Gus over
She's,
my shoulder.
I know. Look at him trying to like. He's trying to see me.
He's
Let
trying
him
to.
in.
I see also Daniel Sung Lee is in our
I
comments.
know. I love him so
We
much.
love Daniel, one of the most talented photographers I've ever
Yes. And he
forever.
did our engagement photos.
He did.
It was incredible. We love
Um,
those.
so I want to say hi to him and acknowledge him and
Yeah.
say thank you for taking such beautiful photos of Allie and Ash. They will
Yes,
live.
we have them forever and they're amazing and I love them so much. We have them framed all over the house.
Let's hold on. Let's take on one. Let's take on some more audience questions. Let me see. Oh yeah. What I can we talk about some of these comments that think that you're in the bathroom?
Yes, but I know, but yeah, we won't talk about that.
Wait. So where are you?
There's a part of the house where we're getting things done to the house. So
She said, "Let me find the quietest corner.
yeah,
It's gonna
but
look like I'm on the
it's a
toilet."
little construction zone, so a little bit in the house, so I can't
Well,
really.
it's because we were talking about poop earlier. So, um,
Well, I want to know more about you, enough about
what do you
me.
mean about me?
I don't know. People want to hear about you, not so much about me.
Well, I mean, okay.
What show on HBO have you been watching? Or
Okay,
is
so
that
let's talk
like,
about some other things on HBO actually that I have been watching recently.
yeah,
Well, there's tons of movies on there. They have tons of like superhero films, and I feel like during the pandemic, it's been really good for me to check out and kind of
yeah,
watch sci-fi fantasy films because I love
yeah.
that the most. And as being a student in film school, a chance to work with HBO Max has been great because I don't know, any way to like sort of work on or work with one of the best streaming services is great. I and also like this isn't. I'm gonna see. I want to like be mindful about what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
there's also some really important films on there recently. One called "Welcome to Chechnya." This is a
Oh
documentary.
my God, yeah.
It's really important for everyone to watch, but not what we're necessarily talking about today. But
Right.
so I've been watching documentaries, comedies, kind of to keep me
Hmm.
laughing because similar to Bridesmaids, because
Yeah.
I feel like we're in like sort of a dark time, and
Yeah.
it's really important to laugh. Also, and yeah, in sci-fi fantasy like superhero films.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Raymond Braun in here said he loves Legendary. Oh yeah, which is a TV show as well. There's a lot of queer things a lot of queer representation on HBO, which I'm really happy about, and I love that, and I'm so glad. It's so incredible because so much has changed since we were kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so much LGBTQ, not so much.
The
There always
visibility.
more. However, in comparison to when we were kids,
right?
When like the queerest thing on in a movie was like Batman and Robin, basically. When that's why I knew I was gay. Chris O'Donnell, when he was in the
Who's your favorite more, honey?
Yeah. Anyway, so superheroes in tights. That was like the gayest thing on TV. But now it's amazing that there's so much queer representation, and I'm so grateful that HBO Max has it on there. Do you have any like queer representation, queer films that you?
We recently have been watching. What was the show that you had put up on? I should know this on your story.
I May Destroy You.
Yes.
Amazing.
We went through it in like a day.
Amazing.
Like I will like I mean it is unbelievable. But I think that like what's so good about HBO is there's such a great just plethora of like genres, and like we watch murder mysteries on there. There's like a really good new murder show on there.
Oh yeah, on my drive from I just drove Tuba to
Oregon.
And on the way back I was listening to murder and like crime podcasts. Isn't it so fun that we'll just be like driving around like living our like privileged lives, and then all of a sudden, or we're just like listening to a podcast or like watching a film or something that people are getting like stabbed 8 times, and I'm just like, dude, like not even thinking about it.
I know. We listened to The Officer's Wife recently as a podcast. So if you're looking for a new one.
It's so good. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not. But we can talk about that later. Anyway. Okay. So I guess our lives.
No.
Oh no. Okay. We can talk more. I don't want to take up all your time.
I know, because Orlando City's playing now in the semifinal.
Right, and you haven't. You have to go do that.
Well, after the tournament's done, I have a new gig, ladies.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Do you have time for a couple more audience questions?
Yeah, I would love that. Let's do it.
So I don't want to keep you from the game much longer, but okay. So let's take a few audience questions. I know the Instagram questions are a little bit delayed, so let's see if
someone talked about The Old Guard, and that was so good
on HBO Max.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think so. Is it? I don't think so.
I don't know if it's up there, but I just.
Okay, let's see. How did Ashland propose to you?
We went away for a weekend and to a beautiful place in Florida near St. Pete Beach, and it was like an incredible weekend we had, and I think she just like said she brought the ring with her, and if things were going to go well, she was going to propose. So I said, well, good thing they went well. What did you expect? They were going to go terribly? And I think it was just, we had such a beautiful day, and we got ready for dinner, and dinner was going to be at 8, and we grabbed like champagne and 2 glasses and went down to the beach, and we're just going to do that anyway, whether she was going to plan to propose or not. And it was just like such a beautiful sunset, and this really pretty setting.
Someone just said they're not playing right now. There's a weather delay, so maybe we can keep you for a few more minutes.
Okay, great. Yeah, good. And I don't know, it just happened. Like it's actually a really funny story. I asked her to take a picture of me sitting on these like rocks, kind of going into the water, into the ocean. It was in Clearwater. And I was like, hey, can you just like take a photo of me on these rocks? Like I'm like, basically thinking I'm going to post it on Insta. And like, it's a beautiful setting. There's like sailboat in the back. And then she was like, okay, well, let's take one together. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like, let's get a selfie or something. And so like she came and sat down, and I'm like snapping photos, and like her arm was like up in the background, like this in between. I'm like, Ash, like put your arm down. Like we were taking like a selfie, and like you're blocking the sailboat in the background. And she's like, okay. So then she like brings her hand around front, and it's the ring. She's like holding it. And I like shot all these photos of her like holding the ring up behind us.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then she asked me, and I obviously said yes. And the rest is history. And then we went to dinner, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah, I remember like the picture you sent me. I like had it. Yeah, I can remember exactly. I'm so glad. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, it was such a wonderful experience, and um, I'm hoping it works out for y'all and for my sake.
me too.
Because I couldn't give another speech. So let's
Right.
see. Let's see if
Not as good as that one.
yeah, right. Let's see if there's any more questions that we want to answer before I let you go.
I mean, I'm gonna
Um,
be taking your code and using it.
oh,
I gotta
okay.
find stuff to watch on HBO Max. It's gonna be
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. There's so many. But wait. Someone asked what a British person, I guess, because they spelled flavor differently. What or maybe yeah. What flavor was the wedding cake? I know it was rainbow.
Yeah, it was rainbow. It wasn't like a specific flavor. It was,
It had to be. What do you mean? It wasn't just going to be
what do you mean?
cake.
Yeah, but it was
Was it
like,
vanilla?
yeah, it was a standard like vanilla, but because it was rainbow, like I guess the food, coloring that they had to use, maybe, I don't know, adjusted that taste a little bit.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
too much food coloring.
but
Okay. So
it was about looks.
yeah. Uh-huh.
We were going for the look,
Um. Okay. So someone said vanilla. They probably know more than us.
probably.
Let's see. I was gonna ask. Oh yeah. Someone asked about mom and dad. So maybe like to end the live, we can sort of talk
Yeah,
about our family,
yeah,
um, because we both agree that you know it's one of our something that we hold really close and that we think is
yeah.
very important.
Hmm.
So my mom is doing really great. She just
Hmm.
recently, my mom had a really wonderful time um, at the wedding.
She
I feel like,
loved every moment.
honestly, like
Yeah.
having my mom at the wedding was really great. She
Hmm.
was amazing. And having that moment with you and mom,
Yeah.
you getting dressed,
Yes.
it was really special, and
Hmm.
she was so genuinely happy and proud, and it was really sweet,
Hmm.
and like she
Yeah.
looked beautiful,
I
like
know. I'm like, Mom, we gotta do this for you more often. You're looking fabulous.
yeah. So Deb got
Like,
her makeup done and her hair done. She looked great,
yeah.
and that was really it was a really great day, I think, for mom, and I think she had a really good
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
And then also my dad was there. As you know, my dad was recently in a car accident. So thank you
Hmm.
for asking about him. So he has sort of he has been recovering, and he's
Hmm.
also recovering from like head injuries as well as his like he completely could not walk. So
Yeah.
my dad made it to the wedding. He's also battling some cognitive issues that have been
Hmm.
escalated from before the wedding. So, what was it
Hmm.
like to have dad there?
It was actually so amazing because I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it. So it makes me really emotional knowing that he was, wanting to support Ashlyn and I, even though it's really hard for him
Yeah, it is.
to,
Yeah,
agree with our lifestyle. So I think it was really nice that he was there and our family, his brother and sister had, brought him down and took great care of him while he was there, but, and you as well, obviously. But it was so great because he kept asking me when the first dance was. He was like, when's our first dance?
I know, amazing.
When's our first dance?
He was
I,
set, honey. He was set, and someone
set.
just commented, thirst something thirst. There was a comment. Oh yeah, Thirst Wolf said the cane toss got me. I mean, the cane toss in the
No.
video was so funny,
And
and
I
he like
think he
could
was
not
like
walk, and
planning that in
yeah,
his
one hundred
mind.
percent, 100%. He could not wait to have like a moment.
Tossed it, and then we were like dancing, and I was like, Deb, I mean, he had skills on the dance floor. I was like very impressed, and I was like slowing him down.
Yeah, honey. I
um
was like, you're gonna break something. Relax.
right. Like, I was like, and you're about to break my knee. So um I don't know, it was actually amazing, and to have that moment with him, which we hadn't had
Yeah, it
like
was
in
nice.
a very long time, was
It
was
was
so rewarding.
yeah,
Yeah,
good. I'm glad.
that
So
was
that answers
special.
that question. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so I guess I'll go let you get back to your game. I feel like we had a great
Well,
live.
it haven't
Thank you.
started. Yeah, I'm so happy to see you. I miss you so much, and this is so refreshing, and we should do it more often.
Yeah. Someone asked, do you miss being on the field? Do you
Oh
feel
my
like,
God. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you miss watching us too, right, Kyle?
yeah.
Um,
I
I
miss
miss it
tweeting.
so much. I mean,
I
we're
miss getting
training.
fights on Twitter with teenagers.
I mean, we're training every day, honestly. We're training every day in the safest way that we possibly can. So that's continuing, of course,
Yeah.
individually. And then we'll start team training on August 17th. So people can get excited to hopefully we'll have some friendlies, hopefully this fall. We don't know. It's still up in the air, but at least we're trying to get team training back on track. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, good. Well, thanks for filling in the kids. And thank you for coming on and talking about Bridesmaids with me and your wedding. And thank you, HBO Max, for putting this on and helping us, do this,
Yeah.
because I feel like if it wasn't for, working with HBO Max, I probably would have been too scared to come on here and do a
I
live. I don't
know.
be anxious.
But also, do you want to, before you, I know you're doing like an exit, but I wanted to tell everyone why,
Just
like,
before you tried to kick me out of here.
yeah, no, because the Bridesmaids, the first time we really got into Bridesmaids was when we watched it together when I had my injury. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And it was like such a tough moment. And I think I was really going through it when I tore my ACL and MCL meniscus before the Olympics. And it was that week we were at Dad's house and you came to visit and stayed with me for the week and helped. And you put on Bridesmaids and we like laughed so hard. And we were just like repeating all the lines after. And that was one of the moments I was just like really happy. And so it like has great memories attached to it. So.
Well, I'm so glad you have that memory too, and thank you for saying that. And I'm so glad I could be there and be sober enough, or just be sober at that point in my life to be able to show up. And I miss watching movies with you, and I'm excited that we can get together and do some HBO Max streaming.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm going to sign up right after this.
Well, thank you so much. And everybody, just hang on, Allie, 1 second. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for asking all these wonderful questions and engaging with us. The code is in this pinned comment down here, Kyle806. That's going to get you the 14-day free trial. It's going to be live for 48 hours. So make sure you go do it now. The link is in my bio. If you click my name, it'll take you to my page. And then after that, it'll be $14.99. Okay?
Great.
And we went over, 40 minutes. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Everyone.
Love all of you so much. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, all the fans here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. I miss you. I love you.
I love you, babe.
Bye.